Hello and welcome to the United Stand. When you think of Jose Mourinho, you don't necessarily think Jorge Mendes is agent, but when you get Mourinho, you get Mendes. And I personally think this could be an absolutely massive combination for Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson, unprecedented success, but openly admits had a major mistrust of agents, which we'll come to in a moment. And maybe Manchester United have been a little bit backward thinking in the modern day of football, which is all about money, super agents, and Jorge Mendes is probably right at the top of the tree. You get Mourinho, you get Mendes, it's his agent, but it's what they bring together that could really put Manchester United onto a different level and right back in amongst the big players in modern football, which is where we should be. We are the biggest club in the world. We can be the most successful club in the world. We've just got to handle this correctly. Mendes, Renato Sanchez agent, we wanted him at Manchester United. Why that didn't happen, we don't know. Maybe it was Van Gaal, maybe there's other things going on, but Mourinho was certainly interested in him. So if you're getting Mourinho, why aren't we getting Renato Sanchez? But that is the thing really, the roster of players that Mendes has got and the issues he can cause for Manchester United. Yes, he's got to hypothetically always have the best interests of his client at hand. But when Mourinho is one of his clients and probably his star client, then things can start to merge and happen for that purpose of Mourinho. So that if Mourinho wants, let's say, Sanchez, although that deal's gone, then he speaks to Mendes and Mendes maybe sorts that out. You don't want to be upsetting your star client, and Mourinho and Mendes have a very close relationship. So what players, what dream team could they make for Manchester United, and what players could be coming to United if they want to have them? Well, we've already got De Gea. De Gea is a client of Mendes, and he's likely to stay if we have Mourinho. Martial, another client of Mendes. Mendes did a lot of work to bring him to Manchester United last season, so another player part of that. And he's rumoured to want Rashford. So that's three current players straight away that could be coming under this Mendes-Mourinho ownership, which I do want to touch on the negative side in a moment, but you want to know about the players that we may well be going for that Mendes controls. Ronaldo, probably not going to happen because of the Mourinho-Ronaldo relationship. It's not meant to be that good. And I'd love Ronaldo back at Manchester United. I suppose the best chance it's ever going to happen is now, but I don't think it will happen because of that Mourinho relationship. Costa at Chelsea, Mourinho loves a top class number 9 that's going to get him 30 goals a season that he can rely on. I'm sure he would love Costa at Manchester United. Whether we could get him from Chelsea, I think he wants to go back to Spain. But, a left field one, who knows? Who knows? That could happen, and it would certainly fit in with Manchester United and what we need in a number 9. Strong, combative, and gets us goals. So, maybe. But as realistic, I'll go through a list of players that are controlled by Mendes that could come to United. James Rodriguez, however you pronounce it, brilliant in the World Cup for Colombia. Misused at Manchester United, slightly in the shadow of Bale and Ronaldo, but I think he's the sort of player, creative-wise, could offer a lot at Manchester United that the likes of Mata really haven't stepped up to the plate and probably do need replacing. Fitting in with that, Saul Niguez, a young lad, I think he's only about 21, 22, Atletico Madrid, scored that great goal in the semi-final against Bayern Munich. He is owned by Mendes. A lot of people don't think he is, because he doesn't own 100% of him, but I think it's like a 40% stake in him. So Mendes has a massive part in his career, and if Manchester United want him and they've got Mourinho, then it's the sort of player who could come to Manchester United, and he is a very exciting, skillful player that we would like to see at United as well. Obviously, Carvalho, the Portuguese, I think he's at Sporting Lisbon, combative box-to-box midfielder, slightly more defensive, been linked to Arsenal and Manchester United for a long time. Mendes is his agent. Maybe that's a deal, if Mourinho wanted him, that could happen as well. I don't know about him. He's the sort of player that's he's mentioned a lot, but nobody's ever took that gamble to buy him, and maybe there's a reason for that. But who knows? He is somebody that could be done as well. Andre Gomez at Valencia. We've talked about him a little bit on Red Rumours. Sort of reminds me of David Silva at Man City. Left-sided midfielder, attacking, scores goals. Again, another client of Jorge Mendes, and if we want that deal to be done, you would anticipate that it could be done as well. And that There are others, but they are the main sort of players that you're going to get. This is a relationship with Mourinho and Mendes and the players he's got, and he's always scooting. That's why he's after Rashford. He's always after players that he obviously can control and be a big player as he is in world football. So he has the potential to be a dream team when you look at the players he has on his roster. I mean, I wouldn't say no to Niguez or James Rodriguez. I really wouldn't. I think, you know, they'd be the sort of players you'd want at Manchester United. With Mourinho as well, absolutely fantastic. The negative about it, and it has been touched in the press, and I don't know whether you've read this at all, the negative is that slightly at Madrid, it caused a few problems when you've got Ronaldo, Pepe is controlled by him as well, and Rodriguez and the likes of that. If you've got a team, and we've got Martial, potentially Rashford, definitely De Gea, maybe a couple of others come in, and they're controlled by Mendes, and Mendes, Mourinho. Worst case scenario, Mourinho doesn't do well at Manchester United in a year's time and want to get rid of him. You're not only getting rid of Mourinho, you've got players that are controlled by his agent as well, and it can be. This is probably why people like Sir Alex Ferguson have a mistrust of agents, because we're Manchester United, and you could end up with a situation where 5 or 6 of your first team are also controlled by the agent who's got the manager as well. But if it's successful and it works, it can be absolutely superb. And this is modern football, and I don't think we can ignore it and stand back personally. Yes, there are risks, but there's risks with everything. And I don't think Mourinho's got to be the manager of Manchester United, and I think Mendes opens up a lot of doors in the modern game. I personally think it's a good thing. Get comments below and give us your thoughts on it, but you may not have been aware of just what sort of players we'll have access to through Mendes and Mourinho. But there is that negative, slight negative, that if things went wrong, it could cause problems. But if things go wrong, you've got to knock the wall down and start again anyway, so it's worth the risk for me. Thanks for watching. Give us your thoughts on it. I think it's a dream made in heaven for Manchester United, and it can bring us back into modern football a bit more. Our business side of things is fantastic off the pitch. We need to start manipulating things on the pitch, and when you get Mendes with Mourinho, hopefully we'll get Berta as well from, I think he is at Atletico Madrid as a sporting director, and we can really start to bring some top talent in, with also Niguez. Niguez is the one that I quite like. Mendes owns him. Atletico Madrid, get Berta in director for football. You'd think that deal can be done. Thanks for watching. Get commenting below as always, and give us your thoughts.